woman is terrifying. Our everyday existence is riddled with terror. Walking at night alone, watching over our drinks at a bar, and being pressured when we reject someone. There's no wonder why female rage is a popular genre in film, yet it hasn't entered games nearly as much. A lot of horror games explore topics like evil spirits, scary monsters, or cursed mascots. But when reality is already so scary, why don't more games cover the horrors and thus rage of being a woman? Female rage is a reaction to the expectations of being a woman. Don't make a scene, you're overreacting, even when a situation deserves attention. Female rage is when those who violate us go unpunished, those who interrupt us move up the career ladder, and getting catcalled for simply minding our own business. In film, female rage is often portrayed as getting revenge on someone who's wronged you, like Promising Young Woman, or reacting passionately to the pressures of society, like The Substance. But why hasn't this concept been in more games? Female rage is a genre that is ripe for the gaming industry. Just look up Activision Blizzard class action lawsuit or Riot Games sex discrimination lawsuit to know exactly what I'm talking about. As a female game developer, I can assure you that there are other women who feel rage over the injustices in this industry. Violence is already a staple in many video games, and admittedly, female rage can be brutal. This could be a perfect pairing, but perhaps the lack is because of the gender imbalance in the industry. When most game developers are men, especially those in high power positions, it's not surprising when most video game narratives center around men.
Which is why I see indie games being the one to cover female rage, and I see the tide already turning.
Over the past few years, I've seen many fantastic indie games cover the female experience, one of which I will highlight now. Mouthwashing is a narrative game about the crew members of a spaceship that mysteriously crashed. As the group runs out of resources, they are driven to madness. I covered mouthwashing in my video, Why Women Love Horror, but this time I want to take a deeper look at Anya, the spaceship's medic. The twist in mouthwashing is that Anya was essayed by Jimmy, the captain, and now she's pregnant with his baby. The worst part, the game later reveals that Jimmy purposely crashed the spaceship, causing all of the crew members' impending demise, out of fear that he will be held accountable for what he did to Anya. There are hints throughout the game that point to how Anya fears Jimmy, but everything is confirmed when she self-exits. She overdoses on painkillers and says, "I always believed that our worst moments didn't define us, didn't make us beyond repair. Do you think I wanted this either? Make no mistake, this isn't my worst moment. Far from it. It's the best one I'll ever make." I played the game months ago, and I am still conflicted about Anya's passing. I'm frustrated she gave into what Jimmy wanted, but I also can't help but completely understand her. Mouthwashing sheds light to the gritty despair and helplessness of being violated. This is the ugly reality of SA, and I'm glad there's media focusing on this. At the same time, I almost wonder if Anya's self-exit is the antithesis to female rage. It's an act she committed when there was no more energy left to be angry. With her death, she gives Jimmy the power. This is what you wanted, right? You'd rather put everyone in danger than have others see you for who you truly are. Mouthwashing is great for its honesty, but I can't lie, a part of me wishes there was another game that had a different ending. One where Anya ruined Jimmy's life and everyone saw him as a monster. As a woman, mouthwashing is my reality. Take away the sci-fi setting. Mouthwashing is what I've gone through and what many others have gone through. This is a story I'm way too familiar with. The answer to mouthwashing is already in film, Promising Young Woman. Its title based off the famous Stanford Brock Turner case, in which Turner, a literal rapist, is described as a quote, promising young man. The story follows Cassie, a medical school dropout who orchestrates revenge against those who were complicit in the SA of her best friend Nina, who eventually self-exits as a result of the emotional trauma. Cassie not only gets revenge on Ryan, the assailant, but also those who allowed him to get away with his crime, both women and men who witnessed it and said nothing or helped him cover it up. This is one of my favorite films of all time, and I am still obsessed with it. The entire film is incredibly satisfying to watch and is the epitome of perfect female rage. We need to bring these types of stories in video games, a genre that often profits off the sexualization of women. When in so many games the harassment of women is normalized, play any competitive game and speak in voice comms as a woman, you'll know what I'm talking about. I want to see the opposite in game narratives. In real life, women and survivors don't get justice. 1 in every 6 women are the victims of attempted or completed SA, but only 3% of assailants receive punishment. Like many others, I play video games for escapism, for fantasy. I want to see a game deliver on one of my greatest fantasies. For a woman to unabashedly take someone down who deserves it. I don't want it to be pretty. And what better medium to tell this type of story than video games, where we can exaggerate, use art to tell metaphors, and really put the player in a character's shoes. I've been going on about how I wish there were more games that had female rage. Well, I'm a game developer, so I figured I should take this into my own hands, which is why I'm making Lily's World XD, a psychological horror game about investigating a young girl's computer. Search her computer files, social media, and diary to reveal a dark story about a teenager who will do anything to be beautiful. The story is inspired by my upbringing, where I was bullied for my looks and my desperate need to just be pretty. Wishlist Lily's World XD on Steam. A lot of popular video games that one might classify as female rage are actually told in the male gaze. Most famously is visual novel Doki Doki Literature Club, where you join a literature club filled with girls. Monica, the club's president, falls in love with you, the player, and alters the game so you can love her back. She changes the code and even deletes the other members from the game's files. More recently is Me Side, or My Side, which is a psychological horror game about getting trapped in a dating sim. Mita, the love interest, wants you all to herself and will do anything to get you. These games, while fun and creative, Yuri Best Girl, are missing one of the core elements of female rage. Female rage is a cathartic expression by women who are reacting to societal pressures or patriarchal values. Unhinged women have gained a lot of popularity in video games, specifically yandere, women who are dangerously obsessed and possessive over their love interest. I think there's a huge opportunity to leverage the unhinged woman, but with the female gaze. There are already so many games told in the male gaze. I want to see a psychotic woman get shit done. I want to see cold, calculating, angry woman take back the power. Which again, if you also want to see this, wishlist Lily's World XD. I digress. But as a final call to action, women, men who can appreciate a good female rage story, and our non-binary allies, let's make this happen. Let's make cool shit and play games that tell a different type of story. This is not me saying that we should support a developer solely for their gender or to forego quality for diversity. I want to play and make damn good games. I am merely noting a gap in the market that I would like to be filled, and I'm going to be making the first step. Please wishlist Lily's World XD. If you like dark internet mysteries, the Y2K aesthetic, and of course, female rage, this is for you. I have a free newsletter where I share the behind the scenes of my game development. Subscribe and please follow my other socials. I will see you in the next one.